century. Doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it. Screams from the haters. Got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power.
No one man should have all that power, but Weezy does. Coach Matthews here, Barnes and Bailey Circus. 5-4 after last week. You know, coming off a big win. That was a pivotal win. We needed it. Got another tough matchup this week. Need to get this W. Deflate Shop. Standing in my way. I'm trying to get to the playoffs. On to the questions. You're currently the final team in the playoffs by record and 35 points behind Yates for the 6th spot on points. How do you feel about your playoff chances? I like them. I like my team right now. If we put up a few good weeks, we can easily catch back up in points. We got 4 weeks to go, I believe, till, 4 weeks. So we can put up 100 points each week. I think we got a good shot of getting in based off points. But if we're doing that each week, we should get in based off our record. So I like my chances. Predict the Week 10 matchups. Alright, Week 10 matchups. First one, I'm going to take Barnes and Bailey's over to Deflate Shop. Julio's on bye. I'm not liking Deflate Shop's team right now. Plus, I got Gronk. Hopefully, all the touchdowns go to him. Cancel out Brady a little bit. So, we're going Deflate Shop. Or, we're going Barnes and Bailey's. I'm sorry. Young Bloods is going to overcome Bortles. Young Bloods' team's playing really good right now. I like his lineup a lot. So, he's going to take over Bortles. The Destroyers are going to take over the injury-prone refund checks. I just think Easy's team's struggling with injuries. We're going with Destroyers. Goulds and Goblins will defeat the Florida Black Guys. Goulds and Goblins made a heck of a team based off the look of it. And the Green Bay Packers have finally started James Starks like they should have done 4 weeks ago. So he's going to have a pretty big week, I got a feeling. I'm also taking the Fuck Boys over AJ Nothing But a Number. I just think the Fuck Boys are I think they're gonna pull off another upset like last week and put up about 100 points. I see with Dion Lewis going down, I think Blunt gets a lot more action. And the last matchup, we're actually going Courtroom Brady over 4-set match. He's still got Gio Bernard. He's gonna start Carlos Williams this week. He's gonna have a decent game tonight. He's got Rodgers. He's got Hopkins back. I think his team puts up a lot of points. He's going to break the 100 mark. I'm calling it right now. 100 mark for Schlichtenstein. Mitch Radford. I'm going to skip your question just because I didn't have time to prepare. But resubmit it next week and I will answer it. The one about the animal being most sexy and why. Make up a curse word from scratch, define it for us, and show us how to use it in a sentence. So, it took me a while to think of it, but my curse word is going to be flump. Flump. Flump is, the definition is going to be like a lazy, sorry piece of shit. So, flump. F-L-U-M-P. Man, that guy don't do nothing. He ain't nothing but a flump. Just an old, sorry flump. Look at him. Just flumping around all the time. He's sorry. Just a flump. There you go. Flump. If every time you had sex, Colton Miller would win his fantasy football game that week, would you ever skip out on sex to watch him lose? I would skip out on sex probably enough for him to lose. If it's once per week, if I got to give it up for the entire week, I'd go at least 10 times. I won't see that bitch lose 10 games. Yeah, I'd skip up 10 weeks for that. That'd be funny. Because I could space it out, go 3 weeks, watch him lose, then get mine. 3 weeks, get mine, So that's easily 10. Give us your playoff predictions at this point. I'm not real sure, but here's how I'm going to rank them. I think the 1 seed goes to Young Bloods. I think 2 seed will go to the Deflate Shop. I think 3 is going to go to the Destroyers. I think 4 is going to go to Barnage and Bailey's. 5, AJ Nothing But a Number. And for points, I'm going Bortles gets in off the points. So there's your playoff predictions as of week 9. Keeping the animal theme going, tell what animal each owner reminds you of most and why. Alright. We're going to start with Coach Freeman. He's going to be a gorilla because of his hairiness and his size. Petey is going to be a panda bear. Nice fluffy, cuddly animal. Joyner is going to be a grizzly bear. I just find grizzly bears old and hairy. It's never a young grizzly bear. They're always old and ornery. Jordan is going to be a hippopotamus. Loves the water but has a mean temper at times. I think Jordan has a temper. Terminator is going to be a flamingo. A long-necked, majestic bird. Flamingo. Radford's going to be a zebra. Because he's white, but he loves to fuck black chicks. Almost said guys. Based off Florida black guys, but zebra. I think you might like that one, Radford. I think that describes you perfectly. Dirty's going to be a mule. Just based off the animal that his people have to ride all the time. Yates is going to be a bald eagle. Real animal with dignity and honor. That's you, Yates. Burton's obviously going to be a shark. Just based off his nickname. Don't know how it come about, honestly, but shark it is. Jimison's going to be a Black Panther. Just not only because he's the only black guy in the league, but hell, Black Panther's a scary fucking animal. Johnson's going to be a kangaroo. I don't know why. You just look like a kangaroo if you were an animal. I can see you hopping around with a pouch full of iPads. Kangaroo. Miller's going to be a peacock. He loves to strut his stuff. I can see him just staring at his fucking fellas in a mirror. Just like, look at my majestic fellas. They're so pretty. Miller, all day. So I typed in Schlickman in my computer and it has auto-corrected to Stickman. So Stickman's going to be a giraffe based off of his height and his red hair. Ellis is going to be a dragon. Just look at them feet and you'll know why. Especially the big toe. And last but not least is going to be Wheezy as a jackrabbit based off fucking speed. In that, baby. After 9 weeks, who is your all-fantasy team position by position? We're going to start at quarterback. We're going to go with Aaron Rodgers. Even though I did trade him, he's still the best. I just needed more pieces elsewhere. So, Aaron Rodgers. Running back 1's going to be Todd Gurley. Dude is a stud. Just a man beast back there. RB2, Devontae Freeman. He finds a way to get in the end zone. If it ain't running, it's passing. He's just all-around athlete. Wide receiver 1 is Brown. Based off last week, Mitch had like 280 yards. That's ridiculous. Wide receiver 2 is Hopkins. Team sucks. They pass the ball a lot. Hopkins gets his every time. Tight end obviously is going to be Gronk. He's in a league of his own in that category. Flex. Not because he's on my team, but because of what he's been doing lately and the amount of work he's been getting, would be DMC. He hasn't really found the end zone, but the bitch is putting up double digits even without it. So definitely DMC. Defense, the Broncos. I don't think it's been a week where they hadn't got 10 points yet. It's ridiculous. And the kicker is going to be Gostkowski. The bitch, I'm probably going to jinx him right now, but he ain't missed since I was like 2 years old. That bitch has fucking kicking field goals left and right. Don't matter. Hurricane wins, he's kicking that bitch through. So, that's that. That is all the questions. Look forward to this week with Deflate Shop. It's going to be a tough matchup. I think we come out on top, though. I think got all the pieces lining up. I wish we had Hilton, but he's without Julio, so I think that's fair. So, just going to have Hearns and Washington put up a big game. You know, I think either one of them are capable of surprising people. Hearns is on a touchdown streak right now, so any minute it's going to end. I have no doubts it will be this week when I need him the most. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Going into the week, Barnage and Bailey's is moving to 6-4. Deflate Shop's going to 7-3. Wheezy out.